Hello and welcome back to another video. In this video, I am going to show you my current strategy that I'm using to trade as I'm speaking. As you can see, I'm already in an active trade and I'm going to use this as an example to showcase to you guys that you can make better trading decisions with indicators. I know that some of you don't like it, but that's why I am here to show you that indicators do work and they work wonderfully. So let's get into the video. So what you're gonna need is 5 indicators. You don't necessarily need all of them, but they sort of help each other out. So I would recommend that you add all of them to your chart. And I would also show all the styles. So in case you want to replicate my style that I have here, you can go ahead and do that. But I'm gonna show you all. I'm also gonna show you the settings for these indicators, so that you can well be able to trade the way I trade. So first of all, you're gonna need 5 indicators, like I said. The first is gonna be the BJ superscript, the SSL hybrid, the BJ TSI, and the BX trender. You're gonna need 2 BX trenders. Okay, I'm gonna explain later why. And so you can find them on the indicators tab by just searching for the superscript, just BJ superscript, and it's by Borgum. This guy, super awesome indicator. Almost too good. Sorry, that was the wrong. Right here. Yeah, it's a reversal strategy that I'm using. So it's a really powerful indicator, powerful stuff. And for the next one is the SSL hybrid. Is going to be our main sort of trend filtering indicator. I'm going to show you all the settings later, so don't worry about it. So this is the one you're going to use. It's by this guy, and you can go ahead and read all of this for yourself. The next one is going to be the BJ TSI. BJ TSI. Is this same guy, Borgum? This guy is amazing, man. But basically, you can just go ahead and read all the instructions for yourself. I'm not going to go through them too much. I'm just going to go through how I use this indicator to trade. For the next one is going to be the BX trender. BX trender, and it's by this guy, Quant Therapy. I think that's how you say it. And it's also sort of like a trend filtering. I have two to both generate long-term and short-term price movements, or be able to see volume and where volume is trending, and it's gonna help out with the SSL hybrid. So let me just show you what I mean. So first, I'm gonna show you all the settings, so that in case you wanna replicate my style as well, I'm gonna show that. So here we go for the BJ superscript. I have this strategy selected on BJ reversal. That's all you need to know. There's multiple others, but this one is the one I use. You can change this settings right here. If you do set it to a lower value, you're gonna notice that there's gonna be a lot more trend filtering-y, but you're gonna get a less sniper entry kind of type. So I'm just gonna set it back to its original value, which is 7, which is going to be used for this strategy. And you're gonna select this show buy rating right here, which is gonna be this tab on the left. I'm gonna explain that soon. Hold on. And you're gonna set this one to fast. I think this one is already on, and you add it. And this is the settings. As you can see, I've changed a little bit of these. This, if you wanna really go into the style that I have, but all of these are like on default value, really. So And for the style, as you can see, this is it. Next, I'm going to move on to the SSL hybrid. For the SSL hybrid, for the inputs, you're going to do show baseline and show SSL1. Disable this thing. And you're going to set this one to 500. And this SSL1 baseline type to JMA. You could set it to TMA as well, but TMA is a little bit slower, as you can see. It is a little bit slower. Let me just show you. As you can see, hold on. I'll cancel that. See, this one is on TMA. If you change it to GMA, you're gonna see that it is a little bit earlier. Go back to TMA. See? So I'm gonna set it to GMA. GMA is a little bit earlier than the TMA, so that's what we're gonna use for this strategy. And these are the only two you're gonna worry about for the settings. And also disable this. But overall, it's just set on default, pretty much. For the style, in case you want to replicate what I've done here, this is it. And yeah, that's about it. Next, we have the BJTSI. Just move this up. BJTSI, and let me go to the higher time frame to get a little less. There we go. For the BJTSI, these are the settings. I've set it on slow speed as well because I don't like to have false signals. So as you can see, yeah, pretty much these are the settings. Yes. And now the BX Trender, we have two different settings for both of them. One is for the longer term, as you can see right here, and one is for a shorter term where it shows reversals, pullbacks, or whatever. So here we have the input for the first one, and the style is pretty much the same, so I'm going to only show the first style for the first one. That is the settings, guys. And for the second one, this is the input. Perfect. Now I'm gonna explain how this strategy works. Right, before I go into that, I'm gonna just highlight a few things. Basically, the lower you get on the time frames, okay? If I go on the 1 hour time frames, it is going to vary. As you can see, it's going to cater to the 1 hour, sorry, the 1 minute long term. As you can see, 1 minute to long term. So this is really good for scalping as well. So here, if you want to scalp on the 1 minute, you can do that by literally going to the 1 minute, and it's just gonna like show you the 1 minute trend. Here we have a 1 minute uptrend, 1 minute short term trend, as you can see. And the higher up you get, like if you go to the daily, you're gonna get the daily long term trend, daily short term pullbacks, whatever. But I do like for the daily, I do like looking at the like 12-hour because you get more information to us what's going on. And if I want to look, I go to the 4-hour. And for the 4-hour, if I want more detail, I go half that, and I can see more clearly what's going on. And yeah, my entry is on the 10-minute. It is. So first, what you're gonna need is let me go to the higher time frames for it to be clearer. First, you're gonna need a curl, right? The curl is the yellow line that you see here. This is a curl to the downside. This is a curl to the upside. So what you're gonna need is you're gonna need a curl, right? And you're gonna need at least one of these to go you're gonna need the BX trender to go downward, right? This is a counter trend trade. It's counter trend. It's not with the trend, as you can see on the 2 hour. So as you can see, it is confirmed because the 2 hour is showing a down movement, and on the longer term, on the 2 hour, is also starting to show a down movement. If you go to the 1 hour, you can see the details more clearly, what's going on. On the 1 hour, we can already see that there is already movement to the downside. On the 1 hour, things have been moving. For example, for the long term, you can even think about it like the 2 hour, right? Let's just go back to 2 hour and mark that area so you can see what I'm talking about. This was my entry point, and pretty good entry point, I'd say. If you go to 1 hour, you can see the price was already moving down, right? And if you go to a 10-minute, which is my entry, you can see that price did do a pullback sort of, but it wasn't really finished. So you can literally like wait until you get this curl thing, because you know that on the higher time frame things are already moving down, and so you can enter. I did enter a little bit later because I went away and price moved down, so I just entered when I entered. But you can see the price is moving down here for both the long term and the short term. For the BX trender, price is curling here downward, and you can think of these lines here on the BJTSI as support resistance or as supply and demand. Because let me show you something. If you go to the 4 hour or the 2 hour or whatever, it's just better, it's just easier to show. Here we have an oversold area. And you can see that there's a curl that is going all the way up. It broke all of these, right? It just continued and continued and continued. And each time the price reaches above or around these areas or these lines, it is most likely to curl. Like you can see that with every single thing. In the middle, most likely to curl and continue down. Here, most likely to curl. It reaches, it's around this area. It curled, it pulled back, and you can see that here on the BX also. So it sort of like double confirms it. Curls. So you can use these to see reversals. You can use these to see pullbacks on a lot of these, and so you can basically trade almost everything, right? Because when price reaches these areas, they have sort of reached a point of interest, right? A point of interest, and it could be that if we're already in a downtrend, it won't shoot up that much, right? But if you go like to the daily and you see its point of interest, it's most likely to shoot up way more, right? It's most likely to shoot up way more because it's on the daily. There's more movement there, right? And so when you see stuff like this, you can trade with it. You can go to a 12-hour to see more detail. When there's a curl on the 12-hour, it's most likely, or the daily or the weekly, whatever, it's most likely to go down. It's most likely to go down. There's a high probability it will. And when the BX and this other BX confirms it together with this, it's most likely to go down. But obviously, since this is counter trend, you have to be careful. You have to be careful. You have to be really confident in that this will go down. Even if it doesn't go down a significant amount, you can still make profit from it. For example, in this trade, I'm doing very 1 to 3 risk to reward ratio, right? Because it's the higher time frame is the one that is curling, and so it's most likely to, even if it doesn't move down like this much, we can still take profit from its pullbacks as a day trader, as a scalper. So basically make sure that there's a curl and that uh, there is the color turns red, or in my case pink, for the early BX. And if the long-term BX also turns red, it gives you even more confluence that this is gonna continue down, as you can see here. And if you're trading with the trend, you can see that it is above the SSL. There's a curl happening here, and we got the signal here, right? There's a curl, there's a crossover here, there's a curl that's happening here, and eventually there's a crossover also. There's a turning of the color here, and then later on there's a turning of the color here. And so when all of these matches, you could do that, or you could take the risk and go earlier. But when all of these matches, you can take your trade and be confident that this is gonna hit, right? This is gonna hit, but still do your risk management. Don't risk more than you can afford to lose, because the market is still unpredictable. It could literally spike down before it continues up. So yeah, still do your risk management. But this is my current strategy, and it is amazing. You are basically just doing multi-time frame analysis with the help of indicators, right? And these indicators are literally a gold mine, because it's showing high probability areas with the help of these lines. And when the price reaches these lines and begins to curl, especially on the higher time frame, you know that it is going to go a good amount, right? Even if it's like a small amount like this, you go to the like 30-minute, it's a significant move. Like, guys, it is a significant move. This is not even, this is no joke. Like, if you were to like capture the entire thing with a normal, this would have been almost a 1 to 7, a 1 to 7 trade. And this is a 4 hour. There's a curl on the 4 hour right here. You could go to the 2 hour to get more information, but this, guys, you can thank me later. You can thank me by subscribing, because I am going to be showing more of this on how I use it. As you can see, I am using it right now, and it's going amazing because I am trading like with the momentum. Does this counter trend? It is a little bit more riskier, because if you go to the 4 hour, everything is bullish. But you can see there's a curl on the 4 hour, and since there's a curl on the higher time frame, there's gonna obviously be more momentum, right? There's gonna be more momentum, and so you're gonna be able to have opportunities like this, and you're gonna be have to. You can also like trade with the trend if you see that prices continue to go up. Let me just delete this. If you see that prices continue to go up here, as you can see, you can trade with it, because this whole thing right here is like a 10 day 10 days freaking price movement, right? So you can trade with it. You go to a 30-minute and you wait for price to curl, and you can even go to the 10-minute to get an even better entry, because you know that you're trading with the trend, right? You're trading with the trend, and so regardless of where you enter, you're with a good like stop loss, you're gonna hit. So, and you can use these to really time in that perfect entry, right? You know that price is going up, and so you wait for price to come down a little, and then begin to turn blue, right? Blue here, blue here. The green mark is here, right? It's curling. We have that, and we have it on a long term. And this is my 10-minute entry. So if I was to enter here, with a good stop stop loss right here, right below this. And I also recommend when you do set a stop loss, make sure that it's around a like a point where it could reverse in case it comes too close to a stop loss. So like a support zone, like right here, right? So that in case it comes, it will reject and then it will continue back up, right? And so this would have been, if you're doing 1 to 3, you would have hit a long time ago. A long time ago. Like, guys, this is a beautiful strategy. This is a really beautiful strategy. So, yeah, that's about it for this strategy. I hope it helps, and I hope you can experiment with it with a demo account and just try it out for yourself. Because when you really start to understand this strategy, it is a literal gold mine. And I also recommend using it on like indices. I did do Forex, but Forex volatility is crazy, right? It is more crazier, right? If you go to 4 hour, the trends don't last as long, right? As you can see, but it is crazy. This strategy is crazy, right? You go here, price going up, you can enter, like, guys, and it's also it doesn't lag. Especially these indicators are real time, so it changes while it's happening in real time, so it doesn't lag. So you'll see, like right here, it turns yellow that there's a potential for a reversal, and then it turns blue when it's going up. So it's giving you real-time information, guys. I hope you liked the video. Sub and like if you want more in the video in the future. I could do that. Have a great day, guys. Peace out.